Hi, everybody.
Pumpernickel.
Welcome.
Wow.
What? What? What words came out of your mouth?
Phenomena.
Pomegranate.
Oh, God. If you don't know what that is, you're too young. Experience the world a little. That's a great song. But welcome back.
Experience the world a little. Good lord.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's been too long.
You can say it's
No,
been a while.
But
We
you know what
could- we
we
could
all
say it.
came here for? To explore the world of Ecriom.
Yes. All right, let's do it.
On an
Wait, that's why
expedition.
we're here?
Where everything's chaos and the points don't matter.
If you
Listen,
don't
I was
have
trying to
rain
be
Logan,
Wait, hang on.
Cool.
Wait, hang on.
Someone.
Experience points don't matter. Oh my God, y'all stay level 5 forever.
Oh,
Eddie.
get off it. You do milestone leveling. Shut up. Keep going.
Okay. All right. We find ourselves currently in Wyrmhaven Hoard, a quasi-temple and show of wealth made by the Wyrmhaven family to worship the platinum dragon Bahamut. However, in recent years, it seems that the family has lost their wealth, and their standing not only in the city of Deepwell, but abroad, as well as with the great dragon god. Korvus' father, Zeke Wyrmhaven, informs Korvus that he is the heir to the Wyrmhaven house and must take up this mantle to restore their house to its former glory. In order to do this, a ritual must be performed, and the young Asimar must be deemed worthy of the gifts of the Platinum Dragon, and the Platinum Dragon must bestow those gifts upon him. Eden reaches into Zeke's thoughts to see how truthful the man is being, only to find a dark and barren wasteland dominated by the presence of a five-headed dragon. Conflicted, I guess everybody except for Perrin being conflicted, the party looks to Korvus' judgment. The son accepts the father's plea, and the ritual is prepared. Perrin argues relentlessly and gleefully to be the one to perform the sacrificial portion of the ritual. Korvus and Zeke both accept, and as the priests of the Platinum Dragon circle round a pyre, Korvus laying down on his back, his father standing over him, the halfling pulls a flaming blade from the Wyrmhaven hoard, slicing Korvus and draining him of his life's essence. The fire flares, and those in the chamber are momentarily blinded. Korvus floats through what seems to be this drifting, airless space, potentially death, until light reveals the stars in the astral sea beyond. An old man floating on a rock with a table, chairs, and what looks to be tea glasses, beckons him over to have a conversation. Meanwhile, in Ecriom, the party's vision come back to see a black-winged draconic figure standing over the body of Korvus. The creature conjures an orb of darkness before an onslaught of slashes and hisses leave Eden and Art severely wounded. Lord Wyrmhaven attempts to fight the creature, and as Fenara and Perrin cast spells from outside of the darkness, it soon dissipates, revealing the lifeless body of Eden, and a bloodied Art standing over the body of his Asimar companion. In the moments following, Fenara rushes to Eden's side, quickly healing her, and in those moments of quiet contemplation is where our adventure renews. Korvus, as you're drifting somewhat aimlessly, what would be the first thing that comes to your mind after your conversation with Fizz?
The first flash will always resort to my mother, specifically my birth mother. Just kind of remembering what she kind of did for me. She had to have been aware of some of this or something. And despite all that, ran, kept me, and obscured me. And despite me being connected to whatever this deific essence, I still feel more like I'm connected to my mother than anyone else. And I promised her when I went on this last journey that I would try to make the most of every day. So I still have work to do to make a difference.
Is there anything you want to know before you return?
Why was I, out of all options, chosen?
As you sit there in quiet contemplation, drifting alone through the astral sea, you get a brief flash. Only a moment of your mother and father together. In that brief instant, you can tell that your conception wasn't naturally mutual, but it flashes back yet again. And in that moment, you are being born. The first strands of hair begin to appear, and you see worry upon your mother's face. Sometimes those who truly need to bring others into the light are those often found in the dark. And in the darkness of your mother's situation, she found light in you. You close your eyes. There's a brief flash of light. The rest of you, as you are standing here sitting in silence, these moments after this black darkness dissipates, this draconic creature and Zeke Wyrmhaven both gone from your vision. Is there anything you would like to do?
Okay, so to be clear, Zeke is like AWOL, just gone.
You heard Zeke shout something, and then moments later, Finara and Perrin both casted spells into the darkness, and then the darkness dissipated. Neither the creature nor Zeke are there.
Is Korvus breathing?
Perrin will get up from sitting in front of Eden and go over to Korvus, and he'll take the blade that he sliced him with that is no longer flaming, and he'll tuck it under his nose.
There's a moment where you think it's not going to work and that he is in fact dead, but then you see shallow wisp of air kind of create that moisture over the blade.
Yeah, he's with us.
Orchid will go over and put her hand on Korvus and try and heal him with lay on hands.
How many points are you going to use?
Good question. Good question. Let me just check what I got. Let's put in 20.
20 points?
Yeah,
100%. You can definitely do that. And as you do, Korvus, would you like to explain some of the changes to appearance that the party would see?
Because these appearances, by the time they come in, it has taken
by the time that the darkness dissipates, they would have taken root and taken effect. Yes.
So the first thing that is most noticeable upon the actual approach after that is that the shine of the golden chest plate that was worn has changed, but it's brighter, and you can see because it's not a golden reflection, it is, or that golden copper, it's more of a platinum silver, Roman silver that is hit, as it seems freshly polished at first, and as like it settles, it kind of mats over, reducing that shine. And very distinctly, the part where the phoenix was emboldened upon the chest plate, the shape of it is slightly different. It seems less like that bird-like form, and this one slightly more wyvern, draconic in nature. All the gold that was once worn is now this Roman silver color, emphasis on the gold that was worn. On top of that, there does seem to be more of this platinum strands through the hair, as it seems to only been like a few has become a little more precedent and more obvious, more blatant. But aside from that, most seems the same. It's the clothes, and the tattoos also have a slightly more form to it, less chaotic on the body, as if splattered. It seems there was a structure to these markings, intention behind them.
They'll be really upset. His armor's burnt.
Oh, good. They're awake. You might want these.
And it's like a startling moment after being in like the astral sea and dealing with everything. Like startlingly, like jumps up, like nips up to the feet immediately, and is kind of looking around. And in a panic, you see that shadow form of Phoenix that used to form for a minute kind of form behind. And instead of being Phoenix, it kind of becomes a little more astral in nature, more silvery and wispy, as this like steam or smoke radiates off the body before dispersing for a second.
That's new.
Did he lose weight?
I don't believe that that's exactly it, Eden.
I made it. I'm here.
How do you feel?
Like 1,000 instruments have been playing tumultuously, discordantly, and I feel like a sweet symphony has organized itself. I feel present.
You're welcome.
That's definitely Korvus. Yep, he's back for sure.
How
I'm
close
still happy.
is Perrin to Korvus?
Oh, very close. Like he's like probably by your side as if you're standing, he's like right beside you, but if you're still sitting down and just like popped up, he's like you're eye to eye probably.
Yeah. So like we'll like upon hearing the welcome, we'll turn towards and like very uncharacteristically we'll like lunge and hug.
Oh,
Fanara's gonna run and like, our group hug. I love these.
Oh God! And he just like,
let me get in it.
I was not expecting.
Is this happening? Well, I guess this is happening. Clunk.
Eden will remain sitting on the floor at a distance and is very confused looking.
Perrin,
Oh,
make
Eden,
it
come join us. It's a group hug. Come on.
We're squishing Perrin. It's fun. Squish. Come on. Come here.
But I don't. And Eden will kind of hobble over as we're steel healing. and we'll like do like the one arm like lean in like pat, and then kind of stand back up.
As you like try to like do that, I do need you to make a strength save for me.
Mother. Oh, I'm so good at those right this minute.
Mother bitch.
That is a 4.
You fail as you do the pat, you feel for a moment like a hand like reaching gently on the arm and like pulling you into the group hug.
When that happens, you all feel that kind of like that wash of like almost like fresh water spraying down upon you as she ends up saying to the group, see, hugs can be healing too. And she's healing, doing healing word on our 2 injured in the group.
And then like with that, like Korvus will kind of start to attempt to end the group hug by doing the first like release and hopefully
Eden is the first to stand back up.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
You all weigh so fucking much. I got it.
Well, these are probably part of the culprit of that, but
I'm grateful that this is the outcome that happened. Alternatively, was not going to end well.
You were very toasty.
Yeah, you were on fire, on fuego, as some of the children are saying.
There did seem to be some abnormal body temperature.
That outcome was expected, which means also you survived the fight with the thing.
Oh, we handled it all right. Mm-hmm.
I did not survive it, but I came back.
Wait, yeah, she came back.
Yeah, I did. Thank goodness. Thank you, Avandra. I was able to bring her back from the brink of death.
Oh no!
It was scary.
Yes, you certainly were, and we were very lucky to have you here, dear.
And Korvus kind of looks among everyone. I don't know what. I'm not aware of what may come next. In any case, at all.
Well, your dad's gone, so that's a thing.
Yeah, that might be kind of difficult because you don't have guidance.
Well, first things first. A promise is a promise.
Looks at the boots and kind of like acknowledges the armor and looks at it and is like, I wasn't wearing my boots. They were supposed to be part of the process.
They got thrown.
It was kind of a last-ditch effort. There was some desperation. Things happened. It all happened real quick.
My boots did not get...
No.
Blessed.
You're gonna look real silly without them.
Look even sillier if they're on, though, because they won't match, and you look like the kind of person who likes to theme.
I mean, you're gonna look cheap if you wear gold boots with this platinum armor you've got there.
I mean, I'm sure there's something that can be done, right? I mean, just
well,
spit shine.
If it's just a matter of changing the external properties, then maybe I might, if I'm given some time, maybe I can try and see if I can, give it a little polish, see if we can maybe do some matching.
I mean, an orchid points to a heap of gold. You could just buy magic boots. I mean, if you really want, probably some commission.
Not those boots, love. Unfortunately, they are sentimental value.
Oh,
it's fine. And we'll reach out to take the boots, and I believe I can make small adjustments, and we'll still put them on, despite them not being the right color.
That's really gaudy.
Okay.
Well,
can you all do me a favor and just stand back maybe 10 or more feet. Just
okay.
And then takes a moment. You see Korvus kind of focuses his hands in front of himself. Okay. Phoenix, no. Not sure if the name is the same, but... And we'll start to project this, ethereal wisp energy for a moment as this more of a bluish form of Phoenix forms, less of this shade and more divine in essence as the light radiates off the metal and shimmers all the way down and starts to trace and burn along the gold, basically burning away the gold and showing platinum underneath as the spirit-like arms start to extend from the body for a moment. And once the gold is fully converted to platinum, recedes back into the body. Oh, okay. Much better.
That's
matching.
Interesting.
Yeah, I am now whole, completed.
Are you a witch too?
No, not quite sure how to explain what this case is, but which is not the way to describe it. But I believe that I should probably figure out where Zeke has gone and then tend to some Wyrmhaven matters before anything else.
Oh, right. And then like Perrin just kind of like does this like very flourishy bow. My lord.
I bow to
We
no
don't
one.
need to do that.
That's
Does anybody else hear the foot?
What do you hear? What?
They're running.
Yeah, there was
Footsteps.
this scary thing with wings here. Of course they're gonna run. They can't do shit.
Finar's gonna turn in the direction to try to see if she spots any one in particular running down tunnel area.
You and Korvus, because Korvus now has amazing, immaculate passive perception.
Everyone but me now.
Oh no, I know.
I don't.
Art and Orchid are still.
Mine's okay. Mine's okay.
Yeah.
Mine's like it's all right. Mine's
Yours is all right.
better. Yeah, like mine's.
But the two of you hear footsteps coming from down the tunnel, like echoing down the tunnel towards you guys in your direction. It sounds probably just over a dozen of footsteps can be heard. Whether that's because there's multiple people or there's so many running, they're running so quickly. Can't quite tell, but they're making their way down the tunnel toward your location at the moment.
Korvus is going to kind of step towards that direction. Is there any other members of the Wyrmhaven still, or did everyone leave?
Your siblings both ran with the rest of the priests. The priests fled into the different antechambers that are like off of the horde itself, but your siblings ran out toward the household.
Yeah, so Korvus is going to head towards the running noise that's coming towards, just kind of taking the front, but like not in an aggressive manner, but still prepared, seeing what's over there. And eyes will start to glow ever so faintly with that same astral energy, trying to see if there's anything magical coming this way. As I cast Detect Magic.
What's the range is what? 30 or 30 feet? Within 30 feet, you're getting a lot of magic behind you. But as of immediately in front of you, nothing within 30 feet. Though you get a brief glimpse as it's coming around the corner that whatever light that is being cast is some sort of magical light.
Okay. Korvus just gonna wait, if it's still getting closer, he's gonna wait for it to enter the chamber.
Rounding the corner, you see your 3 siblings, Kyrian, Valorian, and Talon, all accompanied by about 9 or 10 soldiers behind them, all wearing similar colors to your siblings. They come and they start fanning out in this pattern. It's semi-arc around you guys as the 3 siblings look around and are trying to get a good sense of their surroundings. Noticing you, Eden, very quickly. Valorian walks up, places a hand on your shoulder, and will heal you for 5 hit points. Oh. Well, I can't. Lizzie, you're now the DM. Tell us what to do.
All right. Listen up. My game now. No. Logan, take it back.
You're good. I already did. Oh, no, I didn't. Now I need to switch. Yep, I see
there
it.
you go.
Yep, we're good.
That was quite a transformation, Korvus.
It was very specific. Thank you.
This can't... Was it a success, brother?
Yes.
I would believe so.
It's got stupid on my mouth.
It is.
That was quick.
Is it expected to take longer?
We thought you'd at least be out for an hour or so. Father supposedly was out for almost half a day when he. Is your friend? Do you require healing as well?
Sorry, no, just what was it? Sorry, it was the process was what? You said it was what?
A ritual to.
Mm-hmm, but it occurred what?
Over a period of time.
Which was what?
Short. Well, no, it's short in this instance.
That's what the maiden said.
I don't get it.
That seems like an odd thing for a maiden to say.
You see that...
It's okay, Eden. You don't want to know about this one.
You see Korvus's half-brother in the back kind of chuckling to himself. No... It's... Yes. Where is the creature?
Yes. To my understanding, my companions had dealt with what it was supposed to come of it, though I'm not aware of what it was or supposed to be. It was a hazy experience for me, more so.
That's good.
I didn't see what happened.
It did seem somewhat flammable.
Where's Dad? Talon calls out from...
He, to my understanding, ran away.
We don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I woke up and he was gone.
Kind of just disappeared on us.
He looks
We were fighting and then I went unconscious.
He looks toward Valorian. You said the ritual would be fine. You said you knew what you were doing. I did. I did. It went. We said the right words. We did it right. He's obviously back. I mean, look at him.
What part of this is done incorrectly? What result is unexpected?
I mean, that thing and my father gone?
Do you note what that thing was?
Kyrian steps forward. I believe that it was a servant of the Tyrant Queen, Tiamat.
What is Tiamat the dragon with lots of heads?
The one with the many color heads. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I saw the one I saw on your dad's head.
Her
yeah, you kept saying something about heads.
Why are those two connected? Is that what happened here?
My father would never. He was protecting the family. Why would he? He was tasked with stopping her. Why would he? And Kyrie puts up her hand. What was sent after you, Korvus, was an assassin.
I'm sorry, but when I looked into your father's brain, I saw images of it. And frankly, before you start jumping one another and trying to blame people for performing rituals wrong, you all fled instead of standing to fight.
That's not what family does in those situations. You don't just leave your loved ones like that.
Well then, regardless, father is missing, and as it stands, he is the primary suspect for why such a thing would occur.
Doesn't make any sense, though.
Eden, you notice that Talon, his fists start clenching. His body is starting to get tense.
Glory.
And in Korvus's mind, you will hear, your brother looks very tense. Aggressive.
And then Korvus will face towards Talon. Brother. Takes a step forward. What is it that you know or wish to say? We'll take like another step forward.
How are you going about? How are you standing? How are you presenting yourself?
It's just not aggressive, but also like just standing tall, proud, ready.
Give me a. I'll give you an either intimidation or persuasion.
None of which matter. What is charisma? That is a 14 for persuasion.
He meets your gaze, and you can tell there's a part of him that's very much this, like, I want to stand up and defend my father because I don't think he did it. And the fact that a bunch of random people are throwing, essentially the insults and accusations toward his family is hurtful to him. But underneath, you get a sense of hurt and loss. Nothing, brother. I'm not hiding anything.
Then speak your piece.
In Perrin's head, as Perrin's not expressive, Perrin will hear, if you have something to say to calm them down, you probably should maybe do songs?
As you're contemplating this, Perrin, Kyrian walks up to Talon and puts her hand on his shoulder, and then another hand on yours, Korvus. I think I can speak for all of us when I say this is sudden and this is unexpected. We pride ourselves in being a house meant to not only defend Deepwell, but to defend Ecriom from threats from the Hells, where she resides. This is not something that the three of us take lightly, nor did we think our father would steep to such levels.
Bernard wants to do insight on that, by the way.
Go ahead and roll.
Then you believe too much in someone who would dam the house, let the coffers run dry, who would deal in dark dealings in this deep well. And you're telling me none of you knew what form of business father partook in.
Kyrie and Valorian both avert their gaze from meeting your glare. Talon is still very much shoulders back, chest kind of now chest getting even puffy. If there's a way for his chest to get puffier, that it is this. And his eyes are almost on the verge of anger, frustration, but also tears. Fenara, you get a sense that there's some truth to what Kyrian is saying, but there's also some neglect.
You're not on mute.
I thought it was just.
I thought that was intentional. I thought that was intentional.
But it was slowly building up to something.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
It was gonna be. Thanks, Lizzie.
I'm so sorry.
Because it went like literally with Logan.
Like he's trying to interrupt it, and
Well, I couldn't tell if you were trying to interrupt me or what, and I'm like, is he doing this intentionally?
I don't know. Yeah.
And like I would pause and you would strum because I was like, oh, I should give him some space, and then, great.
Okay, so basically there is still again something that is
it's
that
almost
is
like they
being
were
held back a bit.
You get the sense that not necessarily that Kyrian isn't telling the truth, but that Kyrian neglected to. It was essentially ignorant to the way her dad was behaving.
Got it.
There's truth there that she didn't know, but that truth is an ignorant truth.
Got it. Or like possibly when you don't want to see the truth kind of situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Turning a blind eye without she does you get the sense she had no idea what was going on behind the scenes, but she knew something was up and just chose to ignore it.
Eden will creep up to Korvus slowly and just actually verbally Korvus, if you're going to be the leader of the house and their brother, then good relations are a thing. They seem very irritated.
We will apply the same way my mother's raised me. You either speak honestly, so that we may have a chance to move forward, or you are welcome to step away. I will not force you to be a part of the house, but I will not accept dishonesty, deceit, because trust is a two-way road.
You know, sometimes we don't want to think the worst of the people we care about the most. maybe in this situation, kind of looked in the opposite direction when there were some warning signs with your dad.
I'm not assuming that father was a bad person, but he made poor decisions.
Talon turns and begins to walk away.
Wait. Please stop. No,
if
listen.
he wishes to walk away, he can.
But now is not the time for this discussion. This should be a time of celebration. You're happy. You don't hurt anymore, right?
However, Talon has the right to speak so that we can repair this house, but if he'd rather depart, I will not force him.
But I do apologize for my bluntness, by the way.
He clearly has a way to get past the guards without doing so, but he shoulders past the guard anyway.
You realize you're walking away from something that doesn't make sense, right?
No.
Think about it. No. You fool. You absolute fool. And he calls down the hall. Listen, I tell stories for a living, okay? And this does not make narrative sense. Any way, shape, or form. And perhaps you might have some pride in the father that you know. But perhaps maybe, just maybe, we could argue the fact that none of this makes any sense. Does it? Based on everything we've seen.
Valorian speaks up. Hey, brother, come on. Listen, we understand, we know. My father has made dealings with people that he shouldn't have. That in turn is part of the reason we've lost favor. Fortunately, my sister and I are not in a place. We were not the heirs, nor were we invited to be a part of his dealings with these people. In the event that somebody didn't show, in the event that we never found the heir, it would have been Talon.
Well, now you're employing implications, and that's rude.
No. I'm saying that he's been by my father's side since he can walk. He's been trained. He's been following in my father's footsteps since he was a boy. He's still young. Well, I shouldn't talk. I'm only 2 years older, but we all understand the severity of this.
Fine.
It can be hard to accept that somebody you loved and trusted wasn't who you thought you were in the space of 5 minutes. And especially if they've gone missing for no reason, it's a lot to take in.
You can live with someone your entire life and still not really know who they are.
Tell me about it.
As our mama always said, sometimes the truth hurts.
And that's when Perrin walks away and like takes off down the tunnel after his brother.
With that, like as you do, you will feel like a hand kind of hold on to you. You won't see the hand, but Korvus will walk towards and by you, assuming that the hand makes you stop.
Perrin doesn't stop. He feels a touch, but he doesn't. He has no compulsion to stop.
Make it strength save for me, please.
$18.
So you'll feel the actual hand hold and try to tug. And then Korvus will still try to call through. Baron, please.
No, you don't understand. I do. That's why I'm going. Just give me a fucking minute, mate. Okay? And he just keeps going.
We'll like lead over to Orchid and Art. My head hurts.
Do you need more healing magic?
No, it's because of thinking things.
Because of... And she just gestures at, like, that whole family situation.
There's
Gestures
a lot.
vaguely.
But there's a lot.
Families are tough.
I don't envy you all. And Eden will kind of like...
What do you mean?
I don't have any of this family stuff.
Yeah, you do. We're your
Only-
family, right?
Just you guys. But
You can have your chosen family.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
the
I
same
mean,
as regular family.
strictly speaking, I don't have any family either. But there's, at least a couple people who raised me who I think sort of qualify.
makes sense. Should we stop Perrin? Is he gonna be...
You know, one thing I learned about Perrin is that when he has his mind set on something, nothing can tear him from it. So I'm just gonna let him do it.
Okay.
Complicated.
So do I catch up to him?
Oh, yeah, you do. As the tunnel begins to curve, while light does indeed penetrate into this tunnel, right where it begins to curve, that's where the shadows begin to kind of mingle and coalesce. As a halfling, for a moment, you're not quite able to see anything in that curve as you approach, but seated, almost like in an upright fetal position, knees tucked into their chest, head kind of slumped over, you see Talon sitting up against the wall.
Hey, Bucko. What's your problem? What's your damage?
Why would he do that? I mean, I understand the shitty... I understand him making deals with people to make more money, to make us wealthy. I understand that greed. All he talked about was the heir. All he talked about was finding him.
So, your father behaved in a way that was uncharacteristic, didn't make any sense, and now you're left wondering how, why. Tripping all over yourself trying to figure something out. But your questions, your line of logic is a little bit skewed. Because if you take a step back for just a moment, stops being nonsensical. Trying to get you to see that, but I understand that you're a little close to the subject matter, so let me fill you in a little bit here, Boyle. Everything your father likely did was to preserve what you have, to preserve your family. There's a really strange thing with fathers about maintaining some form of legacy, about hanging on to whatever kind of vestige their masculinity has to be for them. Maintaining the image that my family was this fantastic sort of whatever sort of ideal. Break it down to its finer parts and you can really start to see that your dad was just carrying on as best as he fucking could, mate. Listen, he made deals with the wrong people to maintain your household, to ensure that you had food on the table, to make sure that you had clothes on your back, and to make sure that no one understood or saw the fact that your wealth is dwindling coin by fucking coin. So maybe, maybe he made a bad decision. And if everyone's talking about this five-headed dragon tyrant, like I think they are, got a little bit of a candy here for you to suck on for a little while. And carry this in your brain, okay? Because this is important. The road to hell is paved with thousands of good intentions. He didn't do it because he's a bad person. He did it because he was someone in a bad way. So maybe you chin up a bit. We dust ourselves off, yeah? And of course, understandably, the fact that you spent all of your time standing by your father and looking as brave as possible, you know, he leans in real close with the hopes that the heir wouldn't be found so that perhaps things could be passed on to you. We can keep the quiet part inside, but listen, that's your brother, and he needs you. Your whole family needs you. And if you, for a second, fucking blank and think that this is about you for a second too long, you're going to be late to the moment that they need you the most. So please, don't condemn him for the actions of a man that you could not control. And let's try to figure out how we find your father.
There's a long pause. He would have found him eventually. It wasn't ever mine. Even when he said it was. It was always his. Always whoever showed up first. has nothing to do with that. Just how can we be the house of the great dragon if how could he have fallen? How could fuck whatever. You're right.
You're never gonna have the answers until we find your father. Don't spend your time swirling around the edge of the well, boy. Or else you're gonna wind up drowned. Get up. Move on.
He starts to sit up. You see tears dripping, or rolling down his cheeks. Takes a minute and wipes them off and goes to stand up, puts his hand on your head.
I really wish you didn't.
I'm sorry, that was a bad habit.
Can I tell you straight? We don't fucking like that.
Yeah. Nathaniel said that. Says the same thing. Anyway, he dusts himself off a bit and you're the one that talks sense into him?
Oh, him? Am I the one who talks sense into him?
I mean, you're pretty good at
it. No, I fucking torment that little shit because he deserves it. You have no idea who the fuck he was before I met him, or before you met him, really, because you didn't know him before I... Anyway, point being, he deserved it, and I made his life an absolute living hell because, really... it was the personality that he was clinging to was an absolute atrocious garbage fire, and I'm hoping that whatever this individual is now is a bit of a, you know, a little bit less dour and serious, and perhaps is able to have a fucking laugh once in a while. Doesn't mean I don't understand the way the world turns and have experiences that kind of relate to yours or anything, but
there's this flicker of a smile, and he tries to hide it real quick and starts walking back toward the group with you. You were like giggling when you slit his wrists. Like you enjoyed that a little too much.
It's fucking just desserts, mate. Listen, you got to understand. I got to kill the man to bring him to this whole new version of him. How you have no idea how deeply satisfying that is, because it's just like, oh, well, it's part of a ritual. Great, fucking awesome. I have like diplomatic immunity. Congratulations to me. Honestly.
I hope that conversation like echoes down the hall so the rest of us can hear that.
Do we hear anything as they continue walking? Because there is something that Fanar is going to try to do.
You can hear a little bit of slight laughter, like almost like muffled laughter from Talon. You can hear some of Perrin's words kind of echoing down. I mean, Perrin's. I don't imagine that Perrin's a very quiet person when he's talking like this. So yeah. I mean, you guys.
So Fanar's going to be digging. Yeah. She's digging in her bag, probably like when they're coming. Like, let me know, because there's something she'll do after digging and searching in her bag.
They're on their way back at this point, coming into the light of the fire
But so, he's a good scamp, and honestly, and this is the part where Perrin actually does get quiet. I care for the bastard. He's a smart kid, and he keeps. If anybody's going to keep me on a straight and narrow anything, it's going to be him. So I got to take care of him, which means I have to poke him with sticks and stuff.
Only because I'm looking at a number above 24. Can you make whatever check you deem necessary for being quiet, whether it's performance, stealth, whatever.
Oh, it's performance.
Honestly, good
performance.
fucking luck. Yeah. Is all I'm saying. 24.
Performance.
24.
Okay.
That's a 12. So yeah, no, he just talks very softly about Korvus and how he cares about him and wants to make sure that he, is alive and well, but is also kept on a bit of a tear. That's all.
If Fanara sees them, she will approach, and she's going to put out her hand towards Talon, and then Perrin would know what this is, so she drops, if he opens his hand, she'll drop something.
He looks down toward you for a moment, Perrin, and just kind of gives you a set.
And then she drops, there's a honey and rosehip candy from Adala that her grandma Mariel always gave to them. And she's going to look him in the eye and say, "This will help after any tough conversation or reflection. This is what Grandma Mariel always gives to us. And yes, Perrin, I got you one too."
Thank you, darling. And he just without thinking about it, he just...
Talon pops it in his mouth.
It makes
really
things better.
soothing. It's nice and soothing. Get you real nice and centered.
Mm-hmm.
And he nods and walks back to the group with the two of you. And as the three of them now come back into the full light of the fire that's in the center of this chamber, joining with everybody else, the guards kind of just standing there somewhat passively, kind of anxious and not really understanding fully what's going on, but enough to they're vibing the room. Can you wait until we come back from break?
Oh yeah, no, that's
Right.
I was just
do it after break.
I'm literally rolling a dice to see if I'm going to do something.
Ooh, okay. But yeah, we're gonna go on a quick 10-minute break here. We'll be back, and Barefoot, BAREFOOT in chat for your chance at Umbra Oculus dice, D20. Yeah, do the thing. We'll be back in 10. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So, where we left off, a brief confrontation between the siblings of Wyrmhaven and our party here before the youngest of the three, Talon, storms off down the tunnel, being confronted by Perrin. The two of them, along with Fanara, who helped bring some joy via small candies, have now reconvened with the rest of you all. At this point, however you wish to proceed there, Korvus, it's really up to you. As your three siblings, Talon kind of coming back and... Yeah?
So before Talon actually comes back,
Okay.
because Kyrian and Valorian are still in there, or is it just Valorian was there?
No, Valorian and Kyrian were both with you.
So kind of shortly after Perrin stepped away, there's that moment of time. Korvus is going to address Valorian. Of the three of you, I know that you speak Talon was closest to father, but was Talon involved in the actual running of the house, aside from father? Were either of you involved in anything other than, well, the religious aspect, if you will?
We all had our different roles. Talon was learning the trade from Father, how to deal with traders and merchants, how to keep the household functioning from a more business perspective. Kyrian was responsible for the house and the grounds primarily, making sure the staff were doing what needed to be done to keep Wyrmhaven, the Wyrmhaven proper, the acceptable and clean. I was in charge of this. Well, I was in charge of studying to become a priest of Bahamut.
Talon handled business. Kyrian handled our estate. And you ensured the sanctity of the connection with Bahamut.
Correct.
Do you believe that the three of you are capable of withholding the house then?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, we need to ensure... I need to ensure that the other priests did not follow my father's footsteps. I'll conduct a thorough investigation. Kyrian has been running the estate, so she knows what to do. The matter isn't that Talon can't handle business. It's, do you wish Talon to conduct business as father did? And if not, then who will instruct him how to conduct business properly?
There are no others that dealt business affairs. Or was Father strictly handling all of it?
Father handled almost everything on his own until Talon was old enough to walk. At that point, Talon went with him. To some extent, Talon acted with Father's will when Father had multiple meetings or to go to. No one else.
Then the struggle comes. There's no way to handle the estate business if the only individual knows how to deal with the darker side of it.
It's not that I don't think that Talon can't do what's needed to be done, but Deepwell isn't a place where, at least as of now, those who... You don't make money in Deepwell by doing good things. We tried, and we failed. Father had to make changes.
Then you gave up.
He gave up. Yes.
That way people can suffer.
He gave in to... If he really gave in... If he really gave in to her, then he let greed consume him. He wanted nothing but to see our horde flush with riches. And though it would make Bahamut happy to see such, as he too is a dragon. He does not wish to see the horde grow under cruelty.
Well, then the next steps required are to ensure that those that Father dealt with are dealt with. Deepwell must be cleansed. Those that deal in blood, the suffering of these citizens. We must bring light back to this place. Regardless of what our horde may accumulate, it means nothing if people have to continuously suffer for it.
I like this.
And in that, I do not feel I am the one to handle the affairs of Wyrmhaven in a political sense. And then Korvus kind of will look at everyone else. There are things here that need to be taken care of. And if things are done well, I believe everyone can benefit, grow. And the three of you, back to Valorian, can run Wyrmhaven together. All three of you.
Your siblings look on. You get a nod from Valorian, you get a nod from Kyrian. Talon meets your gaze for but a moment. He doesn't nod, but his eyes have that kind of steely determination. He doesn't quite present himself in a very confident manner, but slightly more mature than being the tirading child that he was when he stormed off.
I believe if all things are as set, Talon will continue to run business, but will do so in the right way. Money is not what matters directly if those coins are stacked in blood. It shall grow correctly. And Kyrian and Valorian will ensure that all decisions, at least one of the others, will have an input to say so. 3 siblings requires at least 2 to agree on future decisions.
Triarchy, then.
I have learned that family is important, chosen or not. And though father's choice means the heir is meant to be me, the 3 of you have been within the house, lived within Deepwell, and endured the business and trials that came with it. As such, I believe you all have the interest of the house and of Bahamut.
What's your plan for the rest of the city, then?
Well, I need to find how far this corruption spreads. But I also have promises. I know that my companions have goals and, well, information they wish to find. So as such, I believe in those seeds of corruption, we find those answers. And we'll like turn away towards the rest of the group.
Start
So
then.
long as you all interested in more travels.
Oh well, I mean, I definitely can't linger here personally, and I would really appreciate if I could keep traveling with you guys, if you don't mind getting dragged behind me.
I don't mind being dragged on.
What do you need there?
I mean, I definitely have places I need to go and see, but you know, as we've experienced so far, traveling's always, you know, better with, you know, friends.
Glance over at Perrin.
Yeah, Perrin?
And Fenara kind of squints in Perrin's direction.
Is Perrin squinting specifically at Fenara?
Yeah. Well, you know, just kind of along for the ride. Gotta make sure somebody doesn't get into trouble. So,
But you started the trouble last time when we were at that
Oh,
shop.
would you come off it?
Exactly.
No, yes, I'll
You even
fucking...
changed Art's coloring.
Yes,
Is
I
Art
did.
still
I was gonna say, am I still covered in makeup right now?
There is no way in hell that art is anything other than beige.
That's right. Yeah, you haven't had time for a bath.
Nope.
That's right.
Fenara did not forget that's why she's pointed out the fact that Art is not.
But
Yes,
I mean,
I am a
I
very
did-
skilled esthetician. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am capable
We're
with a
not
brush.
talking about skills here, mister.
I mean, I was always partial to the green, but I mean, I think I look rather dashing.
It works for you.
It
Oh,
works.
we're not saying that it's not a good job.
I
We're
like-
talking
I-
about Perrin getting into trouble, but he's saying I'm the troublemaker.
No, I didn't say that you're a troublemaker. I just said I have to keep you out of trouble because, you know, you're my sister.
Korvus, are you sure you're ready to travel with all of this ridiculous again? You want to
No.
leave your family?
I'm not sure at all. But no, I'm not prepared to leave my family.
And in very formal Elvish, as a nod to what she did earlier, we would be most honored for you to accompany us, your highness.
Yes, sir. And then, like, in Elvish, and she kind of, like, curtsies and does this dramatic, like, deep curtsy, almost touching the ground. And it's not that far from the ground because she's short, so it's fine.
So when I do it, it's an insult. But when everybody else does it, it's fine. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it.
I'm
To
about
make a
know
point,
one.
Perrin, everything you do is an insult.
But you like
I'm
it.
learning.
I don't know what everyone is saying, but we would definitely. I'd love to continue learning more from you.
Well-
Plus, also, I owe you a recolor.
I think before we even consider where or what comes next, rest would be due. And it just so happens that I believe I have a place of comfort for us to recover.
Right, but we've got to go back to where we were first.
Oh,
Get
'cause all our
our
stuff there.
things.
Oh, but
And
maybe
then-
Oh,
maybe His Royal Majesty has servants now who could go get our stuff. Is that
Can we
true?
not-
Do you have
I
servants?
would
Kyrie
really
and-
prefer
Kyrie
if
and
they
steps up.
didn't.
Kyrian steps up. I can see to it that your belongings are brought back if you wish.
I would love to be there.
You can come with if you would like.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I would love to accompany as well, please.
Please let us short boys accompany you to gathering our things. He
I
says
do
with
believe
the
she-
weirdest affectation.
She's gonna kneel down in front of you for a second. Hey, like if you guys are in trouble, you guys gotta let me know. Because if you are, then I can pay off.
Perrin,
I can pay
Perrin
off the
made
guards.
us Okay, but Perrin made us steal a bunch
I
of
definitely,
stuff.
I definitely stole some things, and perhaps maybe shouldn't have. But ultimately, I just want to make sure that anyone who goes into our room covers whatever's coming out of that room, because nobody should see what's coming out of there.
I mean, technically, we stole something that didn't belong to them anyway, but...
Also, I took... there was a conch shell, and then these cards, as Eden pulls out the cards that that she did not put back in that cabinet.
If there's an approximate gold value to any of the items stolen, please let me know. I will make sure a generous donation is left upon the stoop of that organization.
Priceless.
Yeah, no, it's pretty... You might want to just leave, a couple hundred gold.
Okay, cool. And she, looks over at Korvus. You can hear this entire fucking thing. Because at this point, a 25 passive, I don't know what the fuck to do with you anymore, man.
I hear all things.
It just kind of looks and, gives a nod of, yeah.
Wasn't my idea.
Wasn't anyone's idea. It was a whim.
I feel like I missed a lot while I was sick.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to discuss everything so you know all that went down recently.
I believe it's best that, yes, we will pay for the stolen goods as a recompensance. I believe the rest of us will go and gather the belongings and bring them back to the estate.
Don't read this.
No, I mean,
don't read the Twitch chat.
Yeah, that's a thing. I love that it's a first-time chatter too. That's the best part.
I love that. It's so good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Made my life easier.
Welcome to the Red Hare Inn, where that type of joke is very well accepted. But yeah, fuck, I can't even.
Korvus is going to try and head back to the inn to get the items.
Okay. What I'm gonna say is it was already. I'm gonna play Dad for a second. Perrin and Art declared that they wish to go back. If you wish to join them, you may. Yeah, if you wish to join them, you may. But they technically declared to go first.
Not letting Perrin go anywhere by himself now.
I'm not going anywhere by myself. I'm being attended.
As Korvus is,
and your sister did. Your sister did offer to go with if you wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Kyrian with them.
Yeah, leave me alone with your sister. It'll be fine.
Oh God, damn it! Now I can't even do that. Come with, please.
I'm gonna go with Perrin to gather whatever items, and everyone is welcome to head to, the estate, and we will figure things out after that.
All right. Cool. So at this point, the guards are dismissed. Actually, no, they aren't. Valorian keeps the guards around, instructing them to begin searching for the rest of the clerics of Bahamut, bringing them forward for questioning. Kyrian travels to the estate to make sure things are prepared, so that way you guys can stay there, make sure rooms are prepared, make sure food is being prepared. As you guys are walking out, Art, Perrin, and Korvus, Talon is accompanying you at least to the elevator. Or the cages. Sorry, they're not elevators. When you get to the cages, he signals for one of the ones to go deeper down into the deep well. As you guys begin to ascend up, he turns to you and kind of now gets back into that posture of kind of semi-puffy chest, a little bit more cocky, ignorant. I'll go deal with Nathaniel. The mortal hand should be aware that our dealings and our business with them is no more.
And before you do so, ensure that you have records of all the dealings on hand and safely secured.
That would make... I'm going to go check Father's office really quick, and he walks back toward the estate.
as
Have
much
the
as money.
receipts.
But
go with Perrin.
But the three of you ascend upward. The three of you that remain, Eden, Orchid, and Fanara, you exit the Wyrmhaven Horde and are brought to the main house of the estate. There it opens up into a quasi-Mediterranean type of feel, almost Greco-Roman, where stone columns and pillars are carved. Now, this isn't we're not talking ornate marbles or anything like that. However, the stone is carved very intricately. That's there. The craftsmanship that needed to take place in order for not only the structure to survive within the caverns that follow, needed to be very intricate and precise. You are led into the atrium. There you can see paintings on the walls depicting not only Bahamut, but other paragons that... You good? What am I fucking missing?
Nothing. Keep going.
Just keep going. You're doing so good.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. It wasn't you. It was Eddie. God, Eddie, why were you the problem? But yeah, you continue through the atrium, seeing paintings of Bahamut and other paragons of the Wyrmhaven family in service to Bahamut in some matters. At one point, you see a human in full platinum plate armor with a flaming sword in one hand, a shield in the other, fighting back what looks to be some sort of green dragon. Another one is this kind of shorter human, not necessarily dwarf, but almost dwarf-sized, wielding and casting spells from this giant, like, oaken great staff against this creature that just is, like, arcing lightning around them. And then a third of Zeke himself kneeling before a depiction of Bahamut. Looks very much like they're floating on a rock with, like, blackness behind them and little dots or motes of light beyond.
You know, it is a shame Perrin is not here because I really just want to point at all of these pictures and be like, so this isn't real, huh? No, fake? Fake?
Yeah, but you can't tell him anything. If he's made up his mind, literally, it would take a miracle sometimes to try to get through that skull of his. It's rather hard, too. I mean, he used to, like, sort of be a little bit clumsy, and he's fell down the stairs a few times, but it never affected him. Like, he never had anything happen to his head when he fell downstairs. So we just concluded that his skull is just a little bit different. It's a little bit harder, you know?
Is that possible?
Okay, then.
I don't know. I mean, we never really tested it because, I mean, I don't know how you would test that. I mean, I guess we could just hit him over the head with something and try to see.
We could try while he's sleeping and see if you hit him really hard. But that would also hurt him really bad. And then
see, and I don't want to hurt my brother in such a way. You know, this conversation is very interesting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever, like, felt about people's stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you know if you care about people? Like...
Oh, you mean like when you get butterflies in your tummy when you look at them, or when they say something nice and then it just makes you feel all warm, or your face gets red?
Or sometimes green.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what color blood you have, technically. Yeah.
But you do that all the...
What?
Not... it... I was just curious.
Well, I think that, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the situation. Can you describe your sad feelings?
I always kind of feel like I have moths in my stomach. So that doesn't really make much sense to me, if I'm honest.
Well, what other things do you see when you see someone in particular?
My head hurts.
What kind of hurt? Is it like
Lots of thoughts all going at once, and then lots of confusion.
Ow.
Well, definitely sounds like strong feelings.
And contemplation.
Yeah.
Do you want to, like, when they're not there, do you wish they were with you?
I don't know. What?
Or like if they were in trouble, you would do anything in your power to make sure that no harm came to them.
Well, that's why I keep putting myself in front of all of these things. I don't want any of you to be hurt.
That's really
I don't
sweet.
think that we want that to happen to you either.
Yeah, but it does.
But I would rather it be me than any of you.
Well, that can go both ways.
Or not. That's also fine. It doesn't have to. I've come back twice now, and Finn's really good at it.
I've gotten a lot better. I feel like my connection with Avandra is becoming stronger. So maybe that's helping in some way.
Probably. It seems like you've done really good with that. I just asked, cause I'm really, what's the word? Fucking confused.
Who's making you confused?
All the time.
A few people,
A few people?
I think.
Oh.
But, well, like, I've cared about somebody before. Very deeply. But it's like, pardon the stupid analogy, but it's the closest I can think of. It's kind of like a moth to a flame. Like,
like when someone's really bad for you, but they're like the most important person.
Or you're like drawn to them and you can't resist.
Like that. I'm like drawn, and the warmth and the power, but it's scary. And I honestly don't know if the flame feels anything or understands that at all. And then there's other that is very funny and very kind. And then there's others that like a kindred spirit a little bit. And then another is just very sweet for no reason. But I don't know how to sort all of these feelings because I don't know that I feel them the same way that other people feel them.
Well, I don't know if we could ever know if we feel ways the other people feel them.
Because I care about lots of people, but they don't know how to distinguish what's...
Well, at least from my understanding, is that there's different types of love, there's different types of relationships, so therefore there has to be different types of love or caring for someone,
But see, I've not had much of any of that, so...
I also, too, was told by my dad that it just hits you, out of the blue, like a big old wave from the ocean, and then it takes you under, and you feel like you're drowning, but you pop up at the surface.
Feeling, though.
Oh,
that's a bad
no,
feeling,
well,
and I don't
okay,
like that
it's
feeling.
bad comparison. Okay, I forgot.
I don't want
fear
to
of
drown.
water. No. Okay, let's start over. Okay, so just know that it just hits you, surprise, and you feel all types of things, and you're trying to sort all of them out, but they're not bad feelings. It's good. It's a good thing.
And then in Finara's head, very quickly, so like whenever you look over at Orchid and you make the weird blushy sick face, is that what that is?
What are you talking about? And then she says that out loud. What? And then you see where her cheeks like start like the deepest shade of like this green, seafoam green just across her cheeks. Wow. Stub my toe. And it's like she's like nowhere near.
Then why would you
anywhere.
say, "What are you talking about?" if you stubbed your toe? I don't understand.
That's a very weird expression. You people from the islands are very funny.
Yes, it's something that my grandpa Al says. It's something
I'm also
from
the islands, and we don't say that.
Yeah, I think it's just, different sayings on different islands.
I guess that does make sense. Are you seem a little queasy. Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Oh.
I get it. Okay. Kinda. Maybe.
Hey, I was actually wondering about you, and because you said before you didn't really have much. You're from the Fae, right?
Technically, I'm from kind of a pocket of it. It's come to find out kind of a prison for somebody. But they're not. They shouldn't be there. They don't belong there. Not like my sisters. They kind of raised me, the sisters. But they're not very kind. One of them, Liren, is actually very kind to me, but I believe he's the one imprisoned there. But he doesn't belong there.
Oh, I gotcha. So.
But it was more like lessons.
What was like lessons?
Like being raised there is more like lessons, like kind of games and how to be stronger. But not much like with you guys or other people that aren't here.
Got it.
Hey, look at each other real fast.
Oh, why?
Nothing. I was just looking for something, and then Eden will walk very quickly away.
In this last moment, you hear a door slam open, followed like as Talon hurriedly tries to walk in, catches his foot, and stumbles into the hall behind you guys. I gotta look at Dad's things. Korvus said I need receipts before I do something, and books into like goes to turn left because he thinks the office is this way, slams into the wall. The office is this way, and darts into the room to the right, like opens up these double doors and like walks into the office and closes them behind him.
I thought he lived here for a really long time. Why is he so confused?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe something happened to his head. Maybe his skull isn't that hard like Perrin's. I don't know. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
You should check on the hurt head boy then?
Should we?
Well, it seemed like he was very...
Eden's just gonna open the door.
You open the door, and before I tell you what's in the room,
yeah,
we're gonna go to the three wonderful fellows here who decided to venture up and get your stuff. You ascend and begin walking toward the inn. It takes you about a half hour to get up there and move around and stuff, but you arrive there. You get to your rooms. Korvus, you notice that the door has not been tampered with. It's been fine. I'm gonna have to like start every sentence I talk about with Korvus now because that'll be a thing. No, but you're able to get into your rooms. Your rooms are safe. They've been under lock and key, and everything, including Art's little friend, have not been touched or moved in any way.
So I noticed that nothing seems off.
Correct. Jesus Christ. Yes, you have a 25. I'm not gonna. We're not moving mountains here every time. No.
Yeah, no, Korvus.
No.
Is paying. Korvus is just watching Perrin and Art to make sure that they don't do anything else. One, will not lose Art, and two, don't trust Perrin.
Both legit.
Yeah.
Art.
No, that's good. Solid. No, Perrin is up for no nonsense in this very moment. Shocking, I know. Yeah, no, Perrin is making sure that like the automaton is covered with a blanket or a shroud of sorts.
We're gonna need a means to transport this. Is there a wagon nearby? Or maybe I can makeshift something. I think there was some scraps. Maybe I can look around for.
Could you commandeer a cart?
Is it like super heavy? Is this like how big is this thing?
It's slightly smaller than Art, but not. It's not heavy in the sense of being heavy. It's just very
awkward.
Cumbersome.
There, cumbersome. That's the word. There we go. Awkward, cumbersome.
Yeah.
There's like it. I mean, the wings that this thing has don't properly fold, and even when they are kind of folded, they stick out of the back. So not like it's like carrying a toddler if the toddler had a giant backpack on it.
There were also like a couple of pieces missing, right? Or
from the outside, no. From the inside, yes.
Right. Okay. So it's
yes,
still
because
all
it's
one
missing its
piece.
core.
It's missing the core.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so it's just the internals that are missing, but the external is still intact.
But does it seem like someone could? It would be awkward, but it seems like someone could just carry it. Yeah.
Someone that isn't the size of Art or Perrin could carry this thing very.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like carrying. It's honestly like carrying Art with a backpack, and Art has a pretty well. Art has his trench coat, which is essentially like a backpack because of all the shit he throws into it. So, same difference. But yeah, you could easily carry it, Korvus, if you wanted to.
So yeah, I can carry this as we gather the items and make our way.
Great.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
And then
Oh.
I start handing Art, everybody else. I start splitting the bags that we have to carry with Art. You're good. You let him carry the thing. Don't let the sheet come off it, and then we'll carry the bags, and we'll make sure everybody gets their stuff back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of try to secure it, holding it, and just kind of use like a rope to create like that, and a little bit of a tarp to create one of those like I don't know, baby holder type things to
A baby
Yeah,
door.
sling.
cover it.
Yeah,
Sling. Thank you.
I got you. Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Roll a d20 for me.
Oh. Why would you make me do that?
Because there's only been, I think, like one d20 roll today. So
That's a 10.
a 10? Cool. Good to know. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, you
Not welcome.
successfully do that. No, what? That's sad. Makes my heart hurt.
As I carry this thing now, suspicious of all things.
Oh, never
Assuming
mind.
we have everything else, Korvus will motion for everyone to leave, trying to keep an eye on.
Are you checking out of your rooms then as well, like handing in the keys, all that stuff?
Yeah, no, I will come downstairs and hand the keys over because I was the one who got them. So
Enjoy your stay. Everything to your liking.
everything was fine. Thank you very much for your time and for the rooms.
Yes.
And
it was-
Parrot is like locked eyes with this individual who he has specifically said, I was never here.
It was a very appropriate room for the function it served.
Gotcha.
Move
Awesome.
along, move along.
Thank you. And you watch as that page that your name was in for when you were staying. Takes the keys, rips it out, tucks it into the shirt. You guys head out. I fucking hate you, Taryn.
I don't like... Oh, the dice. Okay.
No, it's good for you. It's bad for me. You make your way back to the Wyrmhaven estate without any issue whatsoever. Actually, you get there faster than you did coming here because, I don't know, because the streets are more clear than usual. No. You guys...
Streets are unusually clear right now.
No, you guys take your time. You go back. You make decent time on your way back. As you do, we'll transition back to the ladies as they enter into the office of Zeke Wyrmhaven. The walls are covered in portraits of himself to an extent. Some of them are in the likeness of him, as if he was something greater than himself. You see this form, almost massive, godlike, almost incorporeal, standing before a massive stone table. It's shot almost for the image is shot almost from over the shoulder, so you can tell it was Zeke only from the back of their head. In front of you, surrounding this table, you see a dragon of every color.
I find this suspicious.
Every color? Metallic and
chromatic. Every color.
What is Talon doing?
Talon, is you watch as he runs to the desk that's there, opens up one of the drawers, pulls out this ashy gray leathered tome, throws it on the table, and he just starts scanning it page by page really quick. Okay, that's good. That's good. And reaches up, grabs a second one, throws it down on the table, and starts scanning through. Okay, that's okay.
Hello. Kamako is said if you rush through your work, you're going to make a mistake, and that can be deadly.
Okay. Would you mind helping then? If you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
What are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for any and all records of our dealings with Nathaniel. Oh my god, what the fuck's his last name? I don't remember his last name. He works for the Mortal Hand. You could find him. Nathaniel Hawthorne. Hawthorne, that's his name. It won't be. Needs to be that name specifically. Sometimes we did dealings with a Dolus. No last name that I know of, but we would do dealings with a Dolus.
And why are you looking for these particular documents with the certain individuals you're mentioning?
Perrin told me that I needed to make sure that I had all the receipts before I go talk with Nathaniel. He said that I needed to make sure that I had everything in writing.
That's very important.
Nathaniel is the head of the Mortal Hand. All of the business dealings that my father did with him, both above and below the table, were done through him or this Dolus figure.
Okay, I will help you look.
Mm-hmm.
If you will tell me what kind of business dealings that you and your father agreed to do.
That's fair.
I'm perfect.
But this orchid stands extra tall and wide next to Eden.
I will help you, but you'll have to tell Korvus.
And
kind of leans to make Orchid look even more intimidating and big.
Fanara, seeing that, then all of a sudden puts her hands on her hips and stands with her legs apart to try to do a power stance.
Okay,
We're
now
so scary.
now when I see Fanara doing that, all I'm thinking is of the people who go like this and run around conventions. That's I'm sorry. You immediately went like that. I'm just like, hey, let's do it. Go ahead and make Eden intimidation with advantage for me, please.
Okay.
If I'm leaning close, I'm giving guidance.
I'll give you for sure. I don't think you need it because I guarantee you that's a natural 20 right there. Given Terran's face. 1.
Brought to you by Umbral Oculus Dice. It is a natural 20.
Yeah.
What is guidance?
D4.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay, so then it becomes a 23 because I rolled a 4 on the dice and have a -1 to charisma.
Cool.
So that is a 23.
20. Cool. It depends. Above the table, we did a lot of trade of goods. In terms, not necessarily, most like things of wealth, precious metals, jewels, artifacts, sometimes magical items, sometimes paintings and portraits, like antique types, like precious antiques. But below the table,
Yes.
well, we mostly.
No, you can tell us because at the end of the day, it will be my friend's reputation that I must defend as well.
Okay, you're not gonna hurt me.
No.
All right.
What would give you that impression?
And then, like, Fanara tries to, with her bony arms, to try to flex, but fails miserably.
Okay. Sometimes kidnapping.
What?
The kind of.
No, keep talking. Kidnapping. Who's kidnapping? Are you paying them to kidnap your rivals?
Sometimes, but more of like kidnapping of people.
No, finish your sentence.
People. And
Which people?
from the Underdark.
Wait, kidnapping folks from the Underdark?
Okay.
This is for clarity's sake. And not
I understand. As groups dug deeper into the Underdark, we began encountering some resistance from the Durgar and the Deep Gnomes, and, well, monstrous creatures that live down there, also some drow. At one point, this weird tentacle dude popped up.
Well, of course, you were invading their areas.
Let me ask though, what were done with them? As Eden begins to
I don't know what you're
help
saying.
them look.
Go ahead and make investigation checks, the three of you.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I love you, Renee. Renee's reaction. Renee's fucking reaction.
No big deal. 17.
14,
17.
17. Oh, hey. Awesome. I'm going to give it, like, it's a group success at this point. A 3.
Eden will find one and hold on to it.
We would give them to Lethaniel, and Lethaniel would take care of them.
What does that mean exactly,
Did you know?
young man?
I don't know. Go
Well,
ahead.
are they still captives now?
I also don't know that information.
This is pretty damning. So, What else?
One point, we attempted assassination of. Oh my god. She lives in the temple to Sahanin. Or not Sahani. The Moonweaver. Yeah, no, that is the Moonweaver. Moonweaver. Oh my god.
Well, you tried to murder this woman and you don't even remember her name.
Well, I didn't try to murder her. Somebody else. Well, okay, my dad paid somebody to try to do it because. Because they were interfering in our dealings, apparently, and that's what we needed to do to show our strength. There's also the.
And what's the deal with all of this? And then she's going to be like pointing in all the directions of the paintings.
My father, for a long time, thought that he was going to be. That he was going to transition or ascend from being this beacon, this paragon of Bahamut to being Bahamut. That right there, that's, and he points to the image of that more kind of like astral starry form.
And Fanar will go to that particular one to examine it.
That's the conclave of worms in Vimlock. He said he saw in a dream that he was standing in front of the table and that they were bowing to him.
Would Fanar have any, because of the fact that she actually has scrolls that explain Bahamut and she's read on this, any type of religion or like something that's connected where that would have been stated that some people, some followers believe that they can ascend in this way?
Go ahead and give me a religion roll.
Oh, great. That is 18 plus 4. 22.
22. There's only been one. Okay, so I'm going to put it to you this way. You're still new to the whole religion thing. So even though you're proficient or have knowledge of religion, your knowledge of religion isn't super vast. So what you would know is that there's only been one recorded instance in which a mortal has ascended to godhood. That's
but I wouldn't know who that was.
You wouldn't know who it is. You haven't had. I mean, the Oasis had books. It didn't have that in depth of books.
Well, I had the one scroll. The scroll wouldn't have said anything.
The one for Bahamut?
Yes.
No, it would not have been the one for Bahamut.
Okay.
No.
No names were mentioned. Okay. Well, there's only been one case, at least that I know about, where that apparently happened, where someone ascended in such a way, but that is definitely not your father who did.
You do understand his shortcomings in the dealings, right?
Yeah, and he, like, at this point is now, like, kind of straightening himself as this has become more of a formal conversation. My father let his greed consume him. He let that greed be influenced by her, and because of that became blinded.
And by her,
approach
you mean
slowly.
Tiamat? Or Bahamut?
I mean, I think Tiamat. I don't know. That's the.
I looked into him, into his thoughts, and I peered through. She was there. But all I ask of you, and for our friend Korvus, is that you be better.
Don't fall into the same traps.
I'll do my best.
And then Eden will hand over like the ledger that we're holding.
Anything else you want to disclose?
I'm doing this as an emissary for the Lord Wyrmhaven.
Your brother.
I'm going to try to make it sound like I'm doing this for Dad.
Smart.
However, Dolus, Nathaniel's right-hand man, finds out information very quickly. If he finds out this was directed by somebody who wasn't my father, and Nathaniel finds out that this is directed by somebody who isn't my father, well, Nathaniel may not be as understanding if Korvus isn't going to talk to him face to face.
Should we have somebody accompany you then?
No. Nathaniel is... okay, honorable is not a good word to describe Nathaniel, but Nathaniel is a businessman and handles things with tact. I am 65% sure that I'll be fine, and of that 45...
65?
Yeah, but... Well, okay, if he thinks I'm lying, I'm 65% sure. If he thinks I'm being truthful, then I'm like 90-ish.
Well, where can we find this person?
You probably should not go there. And you probably should not go there. And you probably should not go there. Honestly, Korvus probably should not even go there.
Why?
Did you, so, okay, remember, oh, shit, were you guys there when we described what the mortal hand was? Oh, shit. Okay, out of game. Korvus, did you tell them about anything about your family, your dad, the deal, like what the mortal hand was, anything like that, when you guys were at the library?
No, because I didn't know enough detail to tell anyone.
Nope.
Back.
So I'm like, what?
back in character. Back in character. The mortal hand is called the mortal hand. Well, okay, there's multiple races that aren't technically just mortals, but they don't take kindly to humanoids that aren't humans. So
humans are really nasty then.
No, okay. I mean, okay. Well, I was kind of shitty, but I'm gonna do better. So and my father. Oh God, yeah. Okay. Yeah, humans are kind of shitty, especially in Deepwell. Except for the meat man. The meat man's nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I think. Then do your...
Let me go down there. I'll tell him it's from my dad. My dad will take care of it. Well, okay. I'll take care of it. My dad will pretend to take care of it. And then if they find out that Korvus is actually in charge, they might be pissed and come after you guys. And come after us. But we have...
And it's because they're racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They discriminate
well, okay.
against people who aren't like them.
Yeah.
Which is awful.
Pretty much. Yeah. They don't like people that aren't human.
That's fine. I will melt their fucking eyeballs out of their skull. So...
She will do it.
At this point, Orchid's like, wait a minute, what? Just like with her eyes, she's just like...
Eden will go find a random chair and just sit down and smile. Just sit there.
She can do all sorts of things.
Okay.
So they better be careful who they're trying to come after, that's for sure.
I recently found out that...
And I mean, have you seen this? And then, like, this amazing person right here, and then like pointing at Orchid, like how big.
I mean, I could
Finn
probably
blushing?
pass as human, and then she just like hides her trot and.
Is Finn blushing doing that?
No, that was just like a.
Okay.
Just a declaration of like, hello, like if you want to try to do it.
Trying to understand.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, can you keep these all here? I just needed to make sure that we had stuff on file and on record, and then we'll take. I'll figure it out, and we'll
Which
take
room is yours?
I'm not by, and runs out.
We're going to find his room and prank it.
What kind of prank?
I don't know. I mean, we used to like put bugs in the room a lot, and
does it have to be bugs? I mean, okay, we had this really good one. Grandpa Al put some really like thick, like almost like molasses in a bucket, and then had a string attached to it, and was all the way down on the other side, and then would pull it, and then it would seep down on the banister, and then anyone who tried to put their hand on the banister, their hand got stuck.
We could put it inside of the shoes.
Oh, that's a good one. Grandpa Al did do that, but it was with the special shaving cream, and did that to Parent. It was really funny. Parent's feet smelled like
special shaving cream.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It smelled really funny too.
Ladies, is Kyrian
who's talking to us?
Kyrian's kind of just been floating this whole time around you guys without really being there. I can show you his room if you wish.
Do you want to help?
I'm going to maintain immunity from this and not incur my
you
brother's
are
wrath.
You were never, but you were never here.
I was never here. You asked one of the staff, and they proceeded to show you where Talon's room was. That's what happened. I went to the kitchens where I helped prepare our dinner for tonight. But yeah, and she begins to like lead you into the cavern, this like cave system, even further. Yeah. It's almost like it's like a human-sized hobbit hole because it's delved into the rock and stone underground. So there's higher vaulted ceilings. Everything is really intricately carved. Leading off, there are a series of bedrooms off to the right, and you can see that there aren't any like letters or anything to show which ones are which on the door, but she goes, I think, four down, and then on the right hand side is Talon's, and you open it up, and it's like a clusterfuck. Talon does not keep his room very tidy. It is a mess in there. Everything's all over. There's just like a pile of what looks to be like laundry on the floor off to one side. Another side has like scraps of armor that look like he was trying to put together into a suit of armor, but just kind of failed at it and like stopped halfway through. A sword hangs on a sheath above his bed, and then a dagger. You can see the hilt of a dagger sticking out from underneath his pillow. But yeah, we're going to transition from there to the folks coming down the gate. As you go down the gate, you see Talon now stepping into out of the cage. You see Talon now stepping into one of the cages, descending downward. You go into the Wyrmhaven estate, where I would imagine you can start to hear Eden, Finara, and Orchid yelling at each other about how they should organize this prank on Talon. And that's where I want to give you guys time to plan this prank. So we're going to end the session there for tonight as we prepare for the first night's stay at the Wyrmhaven estate.
Casa de Korvus.
Casa de Korvus. Oh my god, yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out more about Nathaniel Hawthorne, author of the Crimson Letter, I believe.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's an actual person.
No, Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote the Scarlet Letter, so.
Oh. I'm gonna have to.
Aren't you a middle school teacher?
I'm a social studies teacher.
Oh,
I don't
dang.
teach English. Also,
That's different.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't read books.
He's a history major. It's different books.
Yeah, it's different
Very
books.
different.
Historical book.
Yeah, what? No, it's fiction.
It has the book is like at least 100 years old to be read.
Ouch.
It is over 100 years old.
It never happened.
Obviously, I don't read books.
It never happened.
It never happened. No. But yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Oh my god, we never introed you guys in the beginning like we normally. That's what
we never did.
But we're gonna do it now. Eden,
That's fine.
Eden, talk about
Don't
you.
freak.
Barefoot,
I will do that.
BAREFOOT in chat if you want an Umbral Oculus dice. I'm gonna make sure everybody who's eligible is eligible. As you guys come on in, and then we'll roll it at the end once all my friends are done talking.
Cool. Bueno, so my name is Taryn, also known as Valrook across the socials, generally creative human, TTRPG player, and GM, Eldritch Entity, and Dice Maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. You can catch me here on alternating Tuesdays, playing this spicy cinnamon roll. I don't know what we are anymore. That's what I do. I don't have other streaming things right now, but I did recently run a mini series here, so at some point you'll watch that. And it's Dust to Dust, and I dropped some lore bits and introduced Alchemical Romance, an emo band, into the world of Ecriom, and they're canon, and they exist, and they are led by Gerard Way. So that's a thing that I expect to see at some point. I'm currently working on my own TTRPG. I'm going to have dice coming into my shop soon, so pay attention to that. And I have other projects in the future. Just enjoying the last couple months of the year before I do that. So on to our bard.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. My name is Renee Beauregard. I'm one half of Dragon Rock RPG Design. You can find us over on Twitter and Facebook at Dragon Rock RPG and on Instagram at Dragon Rock RPG Design. We just released our newest addition to the fighters, our martial subclass, the Battle Chef. So if you wanted to be a partial support class in a martial body, you can go and do that. Check out our socials. It's all there for you. You can also check out our link tree, Logan, for easier access to that. It'll be lots of fun. And speaking of which, I also put lore into this world. I put in our own version of Hotel California, technically speaking, on the other side of the world from where we are currently. But other than that, you can find me here every other Tuesday with these chuckle fucks having a grand old time. And other than that, I'm looking forward to potentially planning the last mythical melee of the year. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll see what happens. And you can check that out over on the initiative order. I have to talk to them. We'll see how that goes. But other than that, you can talk to my sister.
Hello, everyone. I'm Utahibe. Speaking of the initiative order, I am community manager over there, and also community manager and producer over at Cybernation Uncensored. There is a lot of awesome stuff happening this week, including, because Maz is in the chat, over in Open Circuit Studios tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. Pacific time, is the finale of our Leverage Los Angeles game. It has been a wild ride. We have to see if we can wrap this thing up and make our client happy. So if you want to see our chaotic bunch that has somehow managed to actually get stuff done, please be sure to tune in tomorrow, because it's been so amazing. Such a wonderful crew over there. And then on Thursday, a lot of stuff is going down, because I have a new talk show called Power Word Talk, thanks to a certain somebody, a Jay, who actually provided the amazing title for the show. So thank you so much that everyone voted on and said that was the one. And yes, we've been bringing you guys lots of different talks with amazing creators in the space, and I've been focusing on Native American, Indigenous creators this month because it is Native American Heritage Month, and we have Momo on at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday. I'm super excited. A Minstrel's Tale will be joining me, and I cannot wait to chat with them. And then join me over on Creators Assemble 6:30 Pacific time for a special one-shot, charity one-shot, Wakanda Black Panther themed. We are going to be playing members of the Dora Milaje. That's being led by Lamar Harris, my good friend. We have Abria, we have Cher, we have Jay Valkyrie and Markia and myself. I am super excited for this. We're raising money for the Marsha P. Johnson Institute, a really amazing cause. So please, please, please tell everybody, spread the word to come join us over there. And Friday, the premiere of our Pathfinder campaign over on the DAT network, Dragons and Things Network. So please come check out my Kitsune Gunslinger and see if I survive this time. That's going to be a whole thing. So yes, please, please, please join us over there. And I'm going to stop talking. That's, I think, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And pass it along to our not so discount bard, because I feel like he's just a full bard, but he thinks he's a discount bard.
The least discountiest discount bard
full,
ever.
Yes.
full like 90 or 1% off discount bard.
Now I got.
You know what? He is a discount bard, but only because he's undercharging.
Yeah.
Stop underselling
There
yourself.
we go.
Yes, there we go. That's perfect.
That. Love you.
How on earth am I supposed to give an introduction to follow that up? Hi everyone, Eddie, your humble discount bard.
Stop it.
I can't words right now, apparently. Your humble vaudevillian vagabond spreading shenanigans wherever I go. Performer, voice artist, full-time purveyor of troublemaking, and your own natural chucklefuck. You can normally find me Tuesdays through Thursdays doing something. Usually I'm here messing around with these beautiful people on alternating Tuesdays. On alternating Thursdays, I'm over at the Initiative Order playing Jacklepedus, who has the Rift of Dionysus in the City of Mist. And I also do streaming on my own channel at Discount Bard. I haven't been doing a lot lately because adulting has been hard. Currently still in the midst of trying to get through some more spooky titles because guess what? You know what? Scary games are more fun with friends. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You can follow me on all the socials at Discount Bard. I'm also trying to work my way onto TikTok as well. And slowly but surely, you know, one of these days I might actually start DMing games too. So that's something to look forward to at some point in the future. Passing it along to
Hello,
Logan.
I am Lizzie. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Oh God, at the Lizzie LD. You can find me here on the alternate Tuesdays when we play this show, playing Orchid. And I had the privilege of watching the birth of Alchemical Romance. It was great. So, you know, follow me on the socials to see where I may pop up next. And finally, the one.
Drum roll, please.
Let's not do a drum roll. I'm not actually here.
No, you just said words, you're here.
Damn. I mean, all right. I don't know what I can say, but hey, it's Jay. Jaden King, that is. You can find me on all social media at It's Jaden King on literally every platform because now I have it, and also my website, it's jadenking.com. I'm not doing much other than tormenting these people by trying to wrangle them into control, alternate Tuesdays, but also I'm making all kinds of 5e content as I'm getting loaded for Patreon and Ko-Fi stuff, as well as collaborating with Dragon Rock RPG Design on something that I think people will thoroughly enjoy. If you like sorcerers, if you like barbarians, if you just want to go rage but still throw spells in the best way, or if you love some classic 4e, you'll see some references to the beautiful epidemic and what happened after of the spell plague and the scars that remain. Also, if you want to play some D&D with me, I'm on Start Playing Games. startplaying.games/GM/It's Jaden King, where I've set up a few campaigns. I have a Bleach anime adventure, Naruto anime adventure, and also I can take players through my version of Death House using She is the Ancient, where I have some anime inspirations using Beth the Bard's amazing stuff. And while mentioning Beth the Bard, I'm also working with her on the next Ravenloft project, Lamordia. the domain of Snow and Stitch Flesh, which we actually got the chance to run at D&D in a castle, and getting ready to have a full product on DM's Guild that I think will be phenomenal as you experience the terror of body horror while making sure we do not promote ableism content in that same way. Because accessibility matters, inclusion is important, and diversity is key.
That was all? Oh, awesome. All right, cool.
I was reading the script, it said stop here. I didn't.
Oh, all right. You could have kept going if you wanted to.
Okay,
yeah.
so here we are.
So this band,
Alchemical Romance, that we now need to make sure
one
it's
shot.
working.
We need.
Oh my god! Yes, we need an alchemical. Oh my. Okay.
Alchemical Romance t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to get the Alchemical Romance.
We got to do the one shot.
Oh my god! The Alchemical
So
Romance Ecriom, Alchemical Romance Ecriom World Tour.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And it's an all-bard party, of course.
Naturally.
It has to be.
Hang on. One multi-class into Barbarian, because you gotta have that one.
Well, yeah, that's the drummer, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's not exclude the bard locks.
No, because that's the
Boy,
basis. 'Cause
howdy.
that's the only way they made it into the band.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Love you.
Fun story. They're all warlocks because it's part of our Alchemical Romance.
Welcome to
A bard is just a warlock to art.
Yes. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway now because that's what it says on my script.
Hey, giveaways.
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, money. Pick a winner. I fucking hate you, Jay. Hey, April.
April
won the giveaway. I will talk to April. If for some reason April didn't enter the giveaway because
Oh, she did. I saw.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
I watched that shit.
Nightbot's Nightbot's weird where sometimes it makes people eligible, sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know sometimes, so I just
Hey,
everybody.
Logan, where are we going?
Hi, we're gonna go. Thank you for that wonderful transition.
You're
we're
so
gonna
good at
go.
that.
We're gonna go raid the wonderful people over at Dice Cream Sandwich, who are in the middle of their. I believe it's their. Wild Beyond. No, their finale was yesterday. They got their Wild Beyond. Tonight's their Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. Yeah. So we're gonna go raid those wonderful folks. Pour them a pint, share an ale with them. Let's see. I didn't even promote me. Thursday I'll be here doing homebrew. Saturday I'll be over on TO running Conan Wave-Stained Crimson. It will be our chapter finale of that campaign. And then next Tuesday, so a week from today, 4 brave adventurers will enter the Gloaming Wild and hopefully survive session 1, because I plan this to be 2 to 3 sessions. So if they TPK, they TPK, and that's the end of the adventure. So wish them luck. Save your channel points for that day so you can give them advantage and all that stuff. We're gonna go raid. Happy adventures, stay safe, and all that good stuff. And bye.
Bye.